society, everyone is engaged in a variety of activities. So many educational institutions, but nobody teaches you what happens after death. In fact, today, all over the world, education has become one of the best commercial businesses. Because everybody is hankering to get 1 degree, 2 degree, they just go on adding degrees. And when they've added these degrees, they get it framed nicely and flash it in the sitting room. Look at all these degrees that I've accumulated due to hard work. So, the Vedas actually offer us education. You may have a cage, and the cage may be very beautifully decorated. In fact, it can be ornamented with gold and silver. And there's a bird inside the cage. But if you don't feed the bird inside the cage, what good is the bird going to do living in a good environment, isn't it? Suppose somebody gives you a very nice house to live, a nice sandalwood garland to wear, but he says you can't have any food. Would you settle for that? You will not settle for that. So similarly, one aspect of education is what you may be learning in schools and colleges, and we are not opposed to that at all. But another aspect of education, which is of paramount importance, is understanding who you are, understanding where are you coming from, understanding where are you headed for, how, for different types of activities, there's going to be different types of punishment. Just like all of you know, if you don't follow, for example, the speed limit on the highway, you'll get a ticket, or if you don't put the seat belt on, you can get a ticket, etc. So similarly, from this Vedas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, from the 5th canto, we understand how for different types of sinful activities, one engages, one receives different types of punishment. So we must cultivate the Vedic knowledge also. And when we cultivate the human Vedic knowledge, we understand Kamasa Nendriya Priti Lavo Jivata Yavata Jivasa Tattva Jigyasa. That is, do not waste this valuable human life like the cats and dogs, but rather utilize the rare human body for a happy purpose, for a happy ending, or for serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when you come in contact with the saintly personality who is presenting the teachings of the great Acharyas and the Supreme Lord, then you naturally hear about the importance of chanting, the importance of leading a disciplined life, the importance of avoiding activities against the scriptures, etc. And when you first have to hear about these instructions, it's painful, because you naturally have to sacrifice something that the senses may be accustomed to. But if one is intelligent enough to recognize that by exchanging the inferior activity for a higher set of superior activities, one will only be a gainer and not a loser, then actually one is considered to be really intelligent. So Krishna is telling us that if you have to sacrifice some of your nonsense activities in favor of finding time for self-realization, then don't worry. It may be like poison in the beginning, but this poison is going to become nectar in the end. Naturally, even when you enforce some discipline on your children, it's a little painful to them. But when they grow up and they have a successful career, then they thank you for being disciplined, for disciplining them. So similarly, that activity which may be like poison in the beginning, but which wakes one up to self-realization, is said to be happiness in a mode of goodness. Tava kripa hale more katha shuddha habe
Juniha sabara shoka dukkha je guchi bhe. Nachao, nachao, nachao Prabhu, nachao se